I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to stop being affected by other people's energy, because I've been through experiences in my life where I would feel so drained going out in public or even talking to somebody, even on the phone, or like going somewhere. It's just I would feel so drained, and I had this belief that people are draining my energy, and that belief of course reflected my reality, and it wasn't allowing me to be fully who I am and to fully be authentic and to fully honor what my resonance is in the moment. So I found a couple ways in my life and a couple reframes and a couple mindset shifts and belief shifts that have allowed me to literally not be affected by other people's energy. And I'm going to share with you what those are in this video so that you can also, perhaps if you feel in resonance, shift your perspective a little bit and also quote unquote do certain things so that you can also not be affected by other people's energy. How to stop absorbing other people's energy, how to stop allowing other people to control your emotional state and taking you out of your power. But the truth is, nobody's taking you out of your power. Usually what's happening is that we are allowing other people to let our energy be affected. As much as we don't want to admit it, either we have a lack of boundaries, or we're just having a negative mindset around something, and then our own thoughts screw with our energy. And so a lot of different factors that we're going to talk about in this video. I kind of just gave you a little bit of a preview of what we're going to be talking about. But with that being said, let's talk about in this video how to stop being affected by other people's energy, especially if you consider yourself to be what some people call an empath or a highly sensitive person. If you not identify with those labels but resonate with those labels, then what we're going to talk about in this video is going to be even more prevalent for you. But I believe that every human can benefit from this information. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. So the first thing that I personally noticed in my life is that whenever I would believe that people would affect my energy, that's exactly what happened. Like, my beliefs would always reflect my reality. So whenever I believed that people affected my energy, then they would. Now, I'm not saying that we're not quantumly entangled with every human being. I'm not saying that we're not all connected. But what I notice is that my beliefs create my reality. And when I stopped believing that people affect my energy, and I started believing that I create my emotional state, that's the experience and the meaning that I started to sort of paste onto reality. That's sort of like what the divine consciousness kind of led me to start believing, and my whole reality started to shift. So rather than me going through life as a victim, believing that people are affecting my energy, when I tweaked my belief system simply by opening my mind up to the possibility that I am creating my energy and people are reflecting my energy, my whole reality started to shift. Because think about it, when you believe that people affect your energy, for me personally, I realized, wait, that's a victim mindset. That's a complaining mindset. That's a belief system that maybe served me at a certain point so that I can create boundaries. Because at a certain level of consciousness, I needed to take a step back, create boundaries with people to say, hey, this is not acceptable. When people would invade my boundaries, I needed to create that boundary and say, hey, that's not acceptable. Not from a space of anger, but from a space of assertiveness and owning who I really am and what my resonance is telling me. But eventually, there was a very strong sense of separation that I didn't resonate with. And it's like, I still want to be in the world without constantly creating these mental and energetic boundaries with people that, like, I'm not saying that there's not time and place to just say, hey, here's what it is, be assertive, or don't respond to that thing if you truly don't feel like it's time for you to respond, or whatever it is. But I started to open myself up to the fact that I can create my energy, and my entire reality shifted. So the first point that I want to share with you is, do you believe that people affect your energy? Or do you believe that you create your energy and then people reflect that? And I'm telling you, if you can perhaps, in whatever way that resonates with you, just open your mind up to that possibility that nobody has ever affected your energy, but your own thoughts then shifted your energy, your own beliefs about the situation affected your energy, you will be shocked. I personally was when I realized that, oh my God, no human being has ever affected my energy. My own thought process and my own story about the situation affected my energy. My whole reality shifted. I was like, wait, have I ever been affected by people? Or was I thinking that I was, and then I manifested that reality? It absolutely blew my mind. So that's the first point is, what's your belief system? What do you believe about how energy works and about how you show up in the world in terms of your energy and how that actually plays out in your life? Now, the second thing that I realized that I want to share with you that might benefit you is I realized that my fear affects my energy. I realized that nobody's actually touching my energy. Nobody affects my energy. I could go out into public, I could record a video, I can do whatever I want to do, and I noticed that nobody affects my energy. I noticed this. I became conscious that what's happening is that my own fear affects my energy. So when I used to think that people are affecting my energy and they're draining me, all that was happening was I was in fear, and my own fear then lowered my state of being. So the question is, are you actually experiencing other people's energy, or are you just scared in the moment? And don't see, because you might be thinking, for instance, okay, shift your belief system. How do I shift my belief system? I can't just believe that I'm a creator in 2 seconds, for instance. Like, I see what you're saying, that's interesting, and my mind is being open to that, but I can't just believe it in 2 seconds. So that's the second point. Just notice, are you really experiencing their energy? Or do you have a fear, and then that fear then lowers your state? And also notice this too, when you're in a relationship or when you're talking to somebody and you think they gave you a feeling of love in your heart, is that really what happened? Or did you use that person as a permission slip to then have a certain thought or to shift your attention and energy in a certain way? Energy flows where attention goes, where then you experienced an emotion in your body where then that created your emotional state. You see, you gotta understand that you create your energy. Nobody actually touches your energy. If you notice it, see, we give our power away to people by actually believing that they are affecting our energy. That's what I believe. I believe that we use things outside as a permission slip. Let me ask you this. Have you ever experienced an emotion outside of your own consciousness? I'm gonna ask that one more time. Have you ever experienced an emotion out there, or did you experience it within yourself? Even if you think that a person experienced your emotion, did you experience that in the person or in your body, in your own consciousness? Your own consciousness generated that emotion. If you're truly honest with yourself and you're conscious of what's happening, you'll see that, wait a second, that person is not affecting me. So you can apply this both to negative, being drained, and also on the contrary. I know in this video we're just talking about how to not feel drained, but if we flip the script, not even how to not feel drained, how to feel ecstatic and blissful as you're going through life, is to shift your mindset from being a victim to being a creator, where now people don't touch your energy. My energy doesn't get touched. The only way my energy gets touched is if I'm in a fear vibration, then I go down. If I'm in the love vibration, if I'm in my resonance, if I'm connected with who I really am, I generate my emotional state. Every emotion that I feel is generated by me, whether negative or positive. And so on the contrary, when it comes to add a little bonus for you in this video, you got to realize that you don't need anybody outside of you to feel love. You don't need anybody outside of you to feel how you want to feel. You don't need a relationship to feel love in your heart. You are the generator of your emotional state. You create the space, okay? You create the space. One of my mentors said, you create the space. Don't be affected by people's energy, create the space. One of the videos that Ralph Smart posted the other day, he said, stop letting people affect your energy and start creating the energy. Don't absorb the energy from the environment. Leave your vibrational imprint on the environment. Okay, that's a quote to Ralph Smart. That's a shout out to Ralph Smart. See, when we are when we're absorbing, there's an assumption there that you're not a creator. See, when you're affected by people's energy, there's a deep assumption and belief that you're not a creator of your reality. You believe that you're a victim to your reality. So the way that I'll conclude this video is, if you're in resonance to this, I invite you to contemplate, are you really being affected by people's energy? Or are you generating your emotional state based on your thoughts and based on where your attention is going in that moment? Maybe is your attention on your body, or is your attention on a past thought, or is your attention on a future thought that you're excited about? Is your attention, where is your attention? Energy flows where attention goes. So if you master your attention, you will master your reality, and as a result, you'll become a creator and people will not affect your energy, okay? So that's pretty much all I have for this video. Leave a comment down below if this video benefited you in some way. And again, I invite you, if you're in resonance to it, to open yourself up to the experience and the idea. Just contemplate this. If you're open to it, are you actually being affected, or are you generating it? And I believe that if you contemplate that mindset, if you're open-minded, that will then lead you to get one step closer to being a creator of your reality. So that's all I have. Once again, that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video. Also, if you want to check out my free guided meditation that's designed to open the heart and accelerate your manifestations and be a manifestation catalyst, hit the link that's in the description box of this video, or you can hit the link that's in a that's going to be as a comment down below in this video as well. So that's all I have for this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.